Hi, I'm Fred Lambert, an instructional assistant at the Communication Student Support Center at Valencia College's Winter Park campus. Today we're going to be going over 3 handy rules for proper comma usage. Now it should be noted that there are actually 6 comma rules, but for purposes of brevity, I'm going to be just going over 3 that we tend to see being misused the most often in students' essays. Rule number 1, linking clauses with a conjunction. Now, what's a clause? That's just basically a group of words, and a conjunction is a connecting word. The acronym we like to use is FANBOYS: for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so, also known as a coordinating conjunction. Now, you'd want to use a comma with the coordinating conjunction when they separate 2 complete thoughts in the same sentence. Case in point, I fell off my motorcycle, comma, and I ended up breaking both of my legs. Now it's important to note that what comes on either side of the comma and conjunction in this particular example are complete thoughts. A complete thought would require at the very least a subject and a verb. I fell, for instance, but often also an object. I fell off my motorcycle. I ended up breaking both of my legs. Both are complete thoughts. However, if the clause following the conjunction is not a complete thought that could not stand alone as a complete sentence, don't add that comma. Example, I fell off my motorcycle and ended up breaking both of my legs. Ended up breaking both of my legs lacks a subject, therefore it's not a complete thought and would not require that comma. Rule number 2, use a comma after an introductory clause. Introductory clauses are at the very beginning of the sentence and usually provide immediate context before you actually state the subject, the verb, and the object. Example, having no insurance, comma, I decided to try and walk it off. Now the sentence is I decided to try and walk it off, but like I said, we have a little bit of immediate context at the beginning, and you want to make sure that it's sectioned off from the subject of that sentence with the comma. To make sure you're doing this right, cover up your introductory clauses and see if what remains is a complete thought. Rule number 3, separating non-essential material. Non-essential material is very similar to an introductory clause, except in this case it falls in the middle of a sentence and usually follows a noun in which you're trying to provide some context. Example, the doctor, comma, a Himalayan man, comma, said that I would probably walk again in 7 months. Now the actual sentence is the doctor said that I would probably walk again in 7 months. We're merely pausing, like I said, for context. You want to make sure that this contextual information is enclosed on both sides with commas. To make sure that you're doing this right, much like the intro clause, cover up that non-essential material and see if what remains is a serviceable sentence. If so, then you're using your commas correctly. That concludes this presentation on proper comma usage. For a review of all 6 comma rules, visit the webpage for the Communication Student Support Center for Winter Park campus on valenciacollege.edu. Until next time, this is Fred Lambert, signing off.